This is Kajol Jadhav and I am here to explain daily current affairs for UPSC Civil Services exam. India must balance the demands of the neighbourhood. So in 2018, there should be a major review of India's neighbourhood policies. How Chinese aggressive and interventionist role in India's neighbourhood is influencing Indian policy makers. Before expanding its foreign policy, why should India review its neighbourhood policies? In 2018, what should India do to strengthen its neighbourhood? GS Paper 2, India and its neighbourhood policies. In this video, you can find detailed answers for all the above questions. The above article has been retrieved from hindustantimes.com, dated December 27, 2017. What we are providing here is just a 10% sample out of the full-length video. Visit our website iasvideos.com to join the course and to unlock all videos. We offer this pen drive course cash on delivery on Amazon.in too. Amazon will deliver our course to your doorstep. What is the context about? Over the past decade, a significant asymmetry of power has emerged between India and China. This has translated into a much more active and interventionist Chinese role in each of our neighboring countries. Every neighbor will be tempted to use the so-called Chinese card to extract concessions from India. India should not fall victim to a fear of losing ground to China. We must not let China dictate the contours of our neighborhood policy. India can leverage assets in the subcontinent that are unmatched by any other country. How Chinese aggressive and interventionist role in India's neighborhood is influencing Indian policy makers. Pakistan has a powerful Chinese shield behind which it can pursue even more hostile policies towards India, including cross-border terrorism. In Nepal, China has actively intervened in domestic politics to enable a China-friendly government to take power. This in turn will hasten infrastructure and connectivity links across the Tibet-Nepal border. The island countries such as Sri Lanka and Maldives are critical to Indo-Pacific security but are drifting into a closer embrace with China. The Hambantota saga in Sri Lanka and the leasing of an entire atoll to Chinese interest by the Maldives are examples for it. Bangladesh too is being tempted by generous Chinese offers for infrastructural development. More recently, it was China which brokered an agreement on the Rohingya issue between Myanmar and Bangladesh. And in Bhutan, the Doklam incident brought on apprehensions of the country being drawn into an India-China conflict. There are Bhutanese citizens who would like to derive benefits from Chinese infrastructure assistance and trade across the Bhutan-Tibet border. This is the landscape which will test Indian policy makers in the coming year. Before expanding its foreign policy, why should India review its neighbourhood policies? India's emergence as a great regional and global power is predicted on how effectively it manages its own periphery. If its neighbours are afflicted with political turmoil or economic crisis, these inevitably spill across India's borders, demanding both political attention and resources. In these circumstances, an expansive foreign policy, such as articulated through Act East, development partnership with Africa, or the more recent quadrilateral among India, Japan, Australia and US, will suffer from the constant pulls and pressures within India's own neighbourhood. Thus, there should be a major review of neighbourhood policies to determine what has succeeded and what has failed so far and why. In 2018, what should India do to strengthen its neighbourhood? In 2018, we must translate the rhetoric of according priority to the neighbourhood into sustained practice. There has to be continuous and high-level political engagement with each of our neighbours. We may need to appoint several special envoys, perhaps at the Minister of State level, to remain engaged with not only the political leadership but also with opinion makers and civil society in neighbouring countries. A high-level empowered committee led by the Ministry of External Affairs should be authorized to consider and implement their recommendations.